Southern California. Joe Leonard, incidentally, is okay after that crash, which prompted the slowdown. We'll be back for more of this exciting national championship race after this message. Mario Andretti in car number 1. Leading this 300-mile event, we're seeing 2 races in 1 here today, and Mario Andretti is winning them both. The battle for first place and the battle for the national championship. A close second is Bobby Unser in car number 6. 2 cars between Unser and the leader Andretti. And a deep third is Dan Gurney in car number 48, burning up this 2.6-mile road circuit like it's never been burned up before. The fans are really cheering him on as he ticks the seconds off and closes on the leaders. It's been a spectacular and fantastic automobile race to close out the 1967 United States Automobile Club season, and the battle for the title between Mario Andretti and A.J. Foyt now looking like it belongs to Andretti, but no, he's stopping at the pits, an unscheduled stop with only moments left in the competition, and it's for fuel. Why fuel, Roger?
Because, Chris, on a road course with all that shifting, a car will use more fuel than on a racetrack.
And it was a quick stop, and Mario goes back into action. The excitement in the Dan Gurney pit is intense. The new leader, Bobby Unser, in car number 6. Dan Gurney now second, and Mario Andretti back in 3rd place. The leader, Bobby Unser's brother Al, went out of the race not too long ago with mechanical troubles on his car, ruining a brother act. Here he is now, the leader, Bobby Unser of Albuquerque, New Mexico. 2nd place, Dan Gurney, and closing on Unser, and Andretti in a deep 3rd place after having to take fuel on in the closing moments of this 300-mile race. An unbelievable speed contest here to wrap up a long season for the Indianapolis car gentry. Bobby Unser, Dan Gurney, and Mario Andretti. Now, the championship, whether or not Andretti can win in 3rd place, with Foyt now lying 5th, only getting a percentage of the points won by the car, remains to be seen. Here's Jerry Titus off the course in car number 11, but returning to the competition, and everything seems to be happening here late in the race. What a day, Roger?
It certainly is, and Chris, I've figured it out that perhaps Mario cannot win the championship now if Foyt finishes in 5th position.
Boy, Bobby Unser a little bit hard on the brakes there. There's Dan Gurney right behind him. The pressure is really on Unser. He comes by the pits. Gurney is just a few lengths behind him and gaining all the way with very little racing remaining. Gurney may close up on Unser and take the lead. He's gaining on him going through turn 2, and they head into the S's.
Another car off the track, Chris.
Oh, the drivers are getting frantic here. It's Ronnie Duman with a broken front suspension unit, skidding to a stop in turn 6 as the other cars go by. There's Gurney now just 2 car lengths behind Unser. They're coming up for the white flag at the end of this lap, and now Gurney is in a position to challenge for the lead. He's right behind Bobby Unser. Down now, downhill, and he switches from the left to the right. They're out of sight on top of the rise, and he's pulling alongside on the outside, Roger.
Boy, that's a difficult spot to do it.
And he didn't do it, and Bobby Unser hangs on to the number 1 position as they hit that long back straightaway where Unser's car has been showing great straightaway speed. Actually pulling away here from Gurney, but that little braking incident of last lap perhaps phased him, and now Gurney outbrakes him, goes underneath to take the lead as they come down for the white flag. 1 lap remaining in this race, and Andretti a hopeless 3rd at this point. Unser now moved back to 2nd place. The white flag should show this time as he goes past the start-finish line, and Dan Gurney, winner of 4 500-mile stock car races here, looks like he's on his way to his first national championship victory on the USAC circuit. Gurney moving beautifully in the number 48 Olsonite Eagle. Start to pull away now from Unser. Unser 2nd, Andretti 3rd. Lloyd Ruby is 4th, a lap down, and A.J. Foyt is 5th in car number 12. Foyt's car is giving trouble, we understand.
He has slowed down considerably, and there's Lloyd Ruby back in the pits for additional fuel.
Apparently this use of the gears has caused plenty in fuel consumption today, and it's like tracking a missile watching Dan Gurney go down that long back straightaway. Into turn 9 now.
As he comes around this time, Chris, he'll get the checkered flag.
What a day for Dan Gurney. He learned to race here at the Riverside Raceway a decade or so ago, and the checkered flag comes down, and he has won this 300-mile national championship race by a close margin Sargent over Bobby Unser. In car number 6, there's Bill Fowler, Wayne Leary, and the rest of the All-American Racers crew. A happy bunch going to victory lane. And Dan Gurney waves to the crowd as he realizes he's won the race through the S's. A happy fellow in a car of his own design, using an engine of his own design. And we'll be back for a word with the winner after this message. Just a minute now. Put Mama in here. That's a girl. Okay, Dan, a big congratulations to you. It was probably one of the most thrilling races. Were you aware how it was going up front?
Pardon me? Yes, I could tell my pits were giving me signals, and I just went as fast as I could all the time, and it looked like it was enough.
Dan, did you have any trouble during the race, off the road or anything like that?
Yeah, I did. When I was ahead of Jim, just before he passed me, I seemed to be locking up the front brakes, and I locked them up, and I got off at turn 6 a little bit. That's when Jim went by.
When your pit crew sent you that P1, was it a surprise?
Well, yeah, okay.
Most of that's lipstick.
I could see, I saw Mario go in the pits, and I saw Bobby right ahead, so that didn't leave much left.
Well, it's been your great track here at Riverside Raceway. Congratulations and continued good luck to you, Dan Gurney.
Thanks, Chris.
And the point story is that A.J. Foyt wins over Mario Andretti by 80 points. His unprecedented 5th national championship, and a disappointed Mario Andretti. 3rd place and 2nd in the standings. Not good enough. Here's A.J. Why did you have to change cars, A.J.?
Well, my car was performing beautiful, and Al Miller spun as I was lapping him, and I went off the course to avoid him, and he still hit me out there in the dirt, and it's just one of them misfortune things.
Was the car damaged badly?
I didn't even waste no time looking. I know it tore the right rear wheel off, and I just started running back to the pits to get my other car, and it was out, so McCluskey, which drives for Lindsey Hoskins, before the race told me in case I needed his car that I could use it, and at the time I got in, he was leading the race, so I owe all the championship to, actually, Roger McCluskey.
A great sporting gesture, don't you think?
Sure is. We've been friends for many years, and I'd done the same thing for him. I think that's the reason he did it for me.
Gurney the winner, and with it $31,025. Bobby Unser 2nd, Mario Andretti 3rd, Lloyd Ruby 4th, and A.J. Foyt and Roger McCluskey 5th. Well, it's all over, Roger. Have you ever seen a drive like the one Dan Gurney put on?
I certainly never have. The boy just did a tremendous job, and of course, coming from that far back is just a fantastic effort.
It's said that he owns this place, and I think today he proved it.
I believe he's right.
And A.J. Foyt wins an unprecedented 5th national championship. You've won that title a few times, Roger. It's not easy, is it?
It certainly isn't, and of course today it was particularly difficult for A.J. because his #1 automobile dropped out, his backup automobile had problems, and he finally was able to get into another automobile and get enough points to win the championship.
An ending to the Mays 300 and an ending to the 1967 racing season.